The next thing we're going to do is take a deep gouge. This is a number 9 at 14 mil, half an inch again. And I'm going to plough across the background. But basically, I'm texturing the background. And there's two ways you can do this. You can either run the line straight across, like this. If imagine that was a bit of your letter. Run your line straight down like so. Or you can make little scoops, like this, and you get a different pattern. Now, if the wood is really hard like this scooping is really, by the time you've done a lot of it, really hard on the joints and the hands and things. So I'm not going to do that. But if your wood is soft, you might like to try this. But I would certainly get a piece of wood and just have a little play first. So I'm going to plough it up. So what I'm going to do is, it doesn't matter where I start. Let's put the V tool out of the way. Make sure it's down. I'm going to go straight across, and what might be another idea for you to do is just draw a few lines like this across, and that means everything generally lines up. We don't have to be too exact, but we don't want to be drifting off across. So I draw a few lines with a pencil, something like that. So, and then more or less at the same depth as this V tool, so not very deep. The best way I can say is I'd rest my hand, my arm, my forearm on the wood. So I'm standing to the side of the carving here. Place my gouge in and come straight across. Like this. Now, this cut should be the same depth, and all the cuts should be the same depth. That's what we're looking for. So as we come across here, when we get to the letter, you're going to have to stop, little mallet taps, twist a little bit, ease it out of the wood. What you don't want to do is bump into the letter. Yeah, we can finish this off by hand after we've done the mallet work, and I'm going to suggest we do that. But just for the moment, run it straight across like that. Put the next one in here, the same sort of depth. When we come to the letter, just rotate the tool, take the cut out. I went a little deep here. So if I do that, what I need to do is go back to the next ones and just deepen that a little bit, so I sort of spread that out. This background doesn't have to be dead flat, it's all rippled and textured. But if I do that, then I need to just spread it out. You can see also that that's broken off a little bit. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go over these by hand now when I've finished the mallet work, and I'm going to just dress those up so that will be repaired. So don't worry too much if the wood flakes off a little bit, or if you go a little deeper. But try to keep it even. Then as you come to, say, the edge of the letter, this background will continue in the letter. So we know where this is in relation to that line that I've drawn. So I'll go straight across. So we get a sense of this running through, and I'm going to have to turn the wood round and come in this way to finish off and do these edges. But I'll do everything I can on this side first, all the way across, including these little areas, and then turn it round and work that side. Okay, so now I've done a first good pass across. What I'm going to do is go over the whole thing and just tune these grooves. And I do this by turning the tool, just running it along, light cut, evening them out. Like so. Getting rid of any torn edges if I can. Coming up to the letter, twisting. And these lines, as best as possible, should come through like this. Doesn't matter if they're a little bit out, but generally, the general impression should be of them running through like that. This is the end of this stage. The lines pretty much go through. They're a little irregular, but that's all right. They don't have to be, you know, absolutely parallel. They just give that background texture. So the next thing we're going to do is go back and redefine some of these letters with our V tool. What I'm going to do is, with the V tool, follow that same groove, but this time with by pushing it, and we're going to tune this edge here at the same time as going a little deeper than these furrows. So come this way. So what I'm left with is a sort of a wall and a shadow, and we're going to go all the way around like this. So I'm going to make those outlines really much stronger. Now if I've damaged, like there's a little nick here where I've come in with my tool and just nick the edge, then at some point I'm going to have to just get that back, and we'll sand this surface when we're finished. Just clean that up. That does happen, I mean, it's just life. Okay, so I'm going to do the inside in the same sort of way. And when you come to a hard or a tight part like that here, then you're going to have to find a gouge that will match that shape and just set in that corner. Now, if you haven't got a gouge that's exactly the right shape, you can use a narrow flat gouge and just push it round like this. So what we're after is this sharp edge here. Sharp edge, a wall and a little shadow. So we just work our way all the way over, and you might have to go back and just do a little bit of tidying up on the edge. So we're trying to make this all nice and neat. So there might be a little bit of tidying up. And indeed, if it's very tight, you might have to get a narrower number 9 and just scoop out little bits of wood like so. So the main thing though is the V tool and heading round a second time, pushing it around, cleaning up that edge. There it is. I think it looks very dramatic. So just to recap a little bit, I've used 2 tools. I've used quite a big V tool, and I've created quite a strong line around the letters. Before and after, I use this tool, which is this deep gouge, to play with the background. Between the two, I'd probably use that for 97% of the work. I've used this tool for one of these inside curves, and this one for one of another, and this deep gouge just to finish off in odd parts. So these three tools were just like picking little bits out, a little bit tricky with these two. So it's a dead straightforward way of working, gets you this big impact, and what we've got to do now is put it back down, take a sanding block and some sandpaper and just clean this surface here. So clean up all the ink all the way along, and while we're at it we'll just rub it on these grooves here just to make them a little bit more tactile. They're very sharp, some of them, and it would be good not to have that. So with this it's finished, and we can oil it or wax it or leave it natural as we want.